Welcome back to Let's Talk DC. Today we're welcoming back the Latin American Youth Center to talk about their housing and social services. I'm joined now by Aldo Hurtado, Director of Housing, and Elizabeth Mohler, she's the Director of Social Services. Aldo, we'll start with you. Can you tell me about the housing program and the needs that you address?
LAYC has been working with homeless and runaway youth for close to 30 years now. And during that time, we have been able to develop 12 housing programs with a capacity to provide shelter and wraparound services to 94 youth at any given time. All of our programs are designed to address the needs of a wide range of populations, including Black, Brown, LGBTQ youth, and families. We are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Once youth come into our programs, they undergo a needs assessment that helps us determine what are some of the most pressing issues that our young people deal with. And we find that at the top of the list, we have unemployment, very low levels of school enrollment, mental health issues. And we also find that a lot of our young people lack some of the basic skills to live independently. To address those issues, we match every young person with a case manager who helps them develop an individualized case plan that in essence doubles as a roadmap that takes young people from homelessness all the way to self-sufficiency. We find that our programs and our approach are very effective. Last fiscal year, we were able to provide shelter to 114 youth. And 80% of those youth were employed and or enrolled in school while they were in our care. And in addition to that, 95% actually of the youth who exited our programs exited to a safe and stable housing situation.
Now, Elizabeth, the pandemic has been a traumatic experience for all of us. But can you tell us about your work with youth and mental health services?
Our social services department has provided mental health and substance use disorder treatment to 380 young people between the ages of 12 and 24 during the pandemic. And so we worked really hard to pivot to providing services via telehealth, and our counselors really put an extra effort in maintaining contact with the young people to help them manage symptoms of anxiety and depression and deal with feelings of grief and loss that really surged during this period. So we were creative. We delivered art supplies to our families so that they could work through their feelings through painting and drawing. We invited some young people to take a walk outside virtually with their counselor via Zoom. And we spent a lot of time connecting with families and helping caregivers manage the issues that came up due to families having a little bit too much togetherness time. So it's been challenging for sure, but our counselors have been very determined to stick with it with the young people every day and every week.
Well, Elizabeth, you are doing such great work, but let's look ahead and talk about the path forward for our communities.
In DC, the schools are scheduled to reopen in August, and we anticipate that will be an exciting thing for some young people and a scary thing for others. And we think that some young people may experience, renewed symptoms of trauma as they venture out after a long period of being at home. But we will continue to connect with them and make sure that they feel safe and that they have a place that they can continue to connect with to grow and develop.
Aldo, why is it so important to support LAYC youth and their families?
We intentionally try to bridge that gap of inequality precisely by investing time and resources on communities that have needs. And at times like this, we simply cannot do it alone, and we need the support of the larger community. There are many ways to get involved. People can volunteer to deliver food to families and children. They can provide financial donations, which are always welcomed. They can become mentors to our youth. And a very meaningful way to contribute and to have an impact is to become a foster parent. We have a shortage of foster parents, and we have a significant needs of young people who have been abused and neglected, who need a home. To learn more about these opportunities and others, just visit our website at www.layc-dc.org.
Well, thank you so much, Aldo and Elizabeth, for all that you do, for the good work that you do for our community. Thank you so much for joining us.